Imagine a senior financial analyst. They possess degrees from the world's top universities and decades of market experience. Yet in the middle of the night, they sit in the dark watching a speculative meme coin evaporate their life savings. We usually assume high intelligence acts as a shield against poor judgment. If you can master complex systems, surely you can navigate daily life without making a catastrophic choice. But a high IQ isn't a guarantee of rationality. In many cases, it simply provides a more powerful engine for a wrong turn. If this scenario feels familiar, it is time to look at the cause. You are not just a bystander to your own brain, but an active participant in your own psychological self-sabotage. Intelligence is raw processing power. Without a stable operating system to guide it, a faster processor just means you hit the wall at a higher speed. This distinction between intellect and logic was the focus of behavioral economist Daniel Kahneman. He demonstrated that high cognitive ability does not protect us from hardwired glitches, a concept he divided into two primary systems of thought. System 1 is your mental autopilot. It is fast, intuitive, and reacts in milliseconds. It relies on emotional instincts and evolutionary shortcuts to manage the thousands of minor choices we face every day. System 2 is the slow, analytical thinker. This part of the brain handles complex logic and conscious effort. We like to believe System 2 is the one in charge, but it is actually much harder to engage. Nearly every major life decision starts as a fast, instinctive reaction from System 1. If you are intelligent, your brain simply uses System 2 to build a sophisticated case for an impulse you have already followed. This is the Dunning-Kruger Effect. As this graph shows, confidence often spikes before someone actually gains competence. When we learn the basics of a new subject, our brain tricks us into feeling like an expert before we actually hit a steep valley of doubt. High IQ individuals often get stranded on both ends of this line. Their quick minds convince them they have mastered an unrelated field in a single afternoon, or their deep expertise in one area makes them feel like a fraud in every other. Interrupting this cycle requires a mandatory 1-week pause before acting on any sudden burst of confidence. Then there is confirmation bias. While everyone searches for data that validates their beliefs, a smart brain is uniquely efficient at sifting through evidence to build a bulletproof argument for a false premise. You can break this by forcing yourself to hunt for the one piece of evidence that proves your theory wrong. This feeds into post hoc rationalization. When we make a purely emotional choice, an intelligent brain invents an excuse after the fact. A larger vocabulary just makes the justification sound more credible. Writing your logic down on a physical page helps strip away vocabulary and expose the impulse. When intellect serves the ego, we stop using data to find the truth and start using it to protect our feelings. That protection is what keeps us trapped by the sunk cost fallacy. We often refuse to walk away from a failing project because doing so means admitting our past judgment was wrong. The solution is the clean slate mental experiment. If you were looking at this situation for the first time today, knowing what you know now, would you still choose to start it? This ego trap is worsened by the halo effect. Mastering one difficult domain, like law or medicine, leads a brilliant mind to believe their expertise applies to everything else. Keeping a strict circle of competence helps you recognize when you have stepped into a field where you are actually a novice. But knowing your limits can lead to analysis paralysis. An intelligent person can always find one more variable to consider, creating a terror of uncertainty. The irony is that overthinking often delays the decision until you are forced into a panicked, rushed choice anyway. Psychologist Garrett Gierenzer offers a counterargument to this data hoarding. He suggests that in complex, uncertain environments, our mental shortcuts are actually evolved tools. Rather than just calculating every outcome, we are often better off trusting a calibrated gut feeling over endless data points. Gathering more information does not guarantee a better decision. Without a set deadline, more research usually results in more anxiety. If you feel enlightened by watching this video, you are likely falling into the final trap. It is called the bias blind spot. The belief that while we can see these flaws in everyone around us, our own mind is the exception. To make better choices, you have to accept a difficult truth. Your own brain is an unreliable narrator. To combat this, use the 10-10-10 rule. Before deciding, ask how you will feel in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years. Viewing a choice across different time horizons can bypass short-term emotional pressure. Next, stop seeking validation. When you have a new idea, find a dissenting voice or a data point that breaks your hypothesis. If your idea cannot survive a challenge, it is not worth your investment. Finally, separate your decisions from their outcomes. Bad choices can get lucky, and sound choices can fail due to chance. Judge your process, not just the final result. The real marker of intelligence is humility over certainty. It is the discipline to build a system that protects you from yourself. Everyone has a primary blind spot. Look at your own history and tell us in the comments which of these glitches is most likely to run your autopilot.